Hi Sagittarius, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings, Tarot Readings from the Heart. Sorry it's taken a bit of time to get your video, the main video for April was already done and it's already been uploaded, but it just wasn't published because I wanted to get these done so you could see both. This is your 21 card Gypsy Tarot spread going from April 2017 up to September 2017. I'm using the Anna K Tarot for this, and I'm also using for clarifiers Under the Roses, Lenormand, and possibly my new Kipper cards, which I've been doing some training on with these cards as well. So I might use these as clarifiers as well. You'll definitely see the Lenormand through the reading though, okay? We'll just put those out of the way for the time being, and we're going to open up. It's a beautiful set of cards, so nice. I really like these, and they're just really beautiful. So we're going to get the cards out. And, you know, your reading should be about half an hour, to be honest with you. But we're going to see what's coming in for you guys in this 21 Gypsy Tarot spread for the next 6 months. April going through to September 2017. So we're just going to quiet my mind, and I'm going to shuffle the deck. And Universe Spirit, show me what's coming in for Sagittarius over the next 6 months between April 2017 and September 2017. Show me what's coming in for the zodiac sign of Sagittarius. Show me their mental and emotional state. Show me what is happening within their personal situation. What will their hopes and desires be? What will their expectations be? And what will be in the hidden influences? What they're not quite seeing coming in might show up within the 6 months. What will be the immediate future within the 6 months happening for some Sagittarians, and the overall outcome? Show me. Alright, so we've shuffled the cards. We're going to split the deck into 3, like so. Collect it back up. And what we're going to do now is we're going to start laying the cards down. Oops, I need to make sure that these are the right way up for you guys to see. Hopefully you can see it. I might need to adjust this camera actually. Let me just adjust the camera because trying to get a full view of the cards can be difficult. Sometimes we need to back up the camera a little bit here and kind of bring it up maybe a little bit as well. There we go. So we should be able to see stuff a little bit better now. Yeah, this should be a little bit better now. Let's bring this down. Camera angles can be very difficult when you're trying to get everything in. We'll just shove this to the side just a little bit here so that we can get everything in. Sorry about, there's a little mark on my table actually, and that's not very attractive. Just bear with me one moment. It's probably where I had my coffee not so long ago, so we're just going to give that a bit of a wipe. There we go. Sorry about that. I'm a little bit particular when it comes to things like that on camera because it's not nice to see. Let's try and wipe this a little bit here so it's nice and dry. There we go. Okay, so let's move the cards back into place here. Move it across like so. 1, 2, 3, 4. One moment here. Okay. 4, 5, 6, 7. That's the top cards laid down. Want the other ones? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7. And we're going to lay down the last cards here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7 here. There we go. It's just I like to try and get things neat, but it's just so difficult. The cards seem to slip and slide a little bit on the surface that I work from. So pardon me if they're not kind of really neatly aligned, but you can obviously see that there's 21 cards there. We'll just shift this camera just a little bit this way as well, so we get pretty much a full view of what's going on. Okay, so let's have a look at, let me just get my pointer as well on this reading. Sorry if it takes ages to set this up. So your mental and emotional. Now the area here is usually the crowding thoughts, or it's the situation that you're dealing with. So around your mental and emotional, Sagittarius, you've got the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords is an interesting card because it means that we're putting the past to the past a lot of the time. It is a card that can represent, a situation where somebody's been very hurt, very disappointed. Sometimes when you get the Ten of Swords, you know who your assailant is. So you know who it is that's put the swords into your back. What we notice with the Anna K Tarot, though, is that this person's already gotten up and they've walked away from the scene of the crime. Okay, so they're not dead. Okay, this for me is about rebirth. Tens usually mean completion on a situation. When you get the Ten of Swords, it can mean all sorts of things. I think in the Anna K Tarot, there's a bit more of a positive spin. Just looking at the picture, because obviously I always deal in tarot interaction. So I never just look at, what the meaning of the card is. What is the actual picture on the card telling us? Well, this person isn't dead. They've gotten up and they've walked away from it. So I feel that the focus around your mental and emotional is about completion on situations that are, they're dead and they're buried. Swords are ideas and their thoughts and their beliefs. So to me, with this Ten of Swords card, it's about taking on a new belief system. It's about taking on a new ideology. It's about taking on a new set of beliefs. It's about saying, these are the old beliefs I used to have, and now I've got something new that I'm walking towards because I'm done and I'm dusted with this. The swords can stay where the hell they want to stay here. Okay, I'm already done with this situation. I feel that you guys, the focus is on being done with a particular situation here. And therefore, how does this manifest in your thoughts, in your mental and emotional? Well, it's weird because we've got the Hanged Man, but it's a manifestation of this. So for some of you guys, it might be that you're done with something here. But, we've got to look at, how the cards, what they speak of in certain ways. What do they say? What does the card say? The Hanged Man can mean wait, all right? Because the Hanged Man is a card about limbo. So sometimes when you get the Hanged Man, it's like, well, it can be seen as a passive card. It can be seen as very active for me in terms of the mental, because what it says is, okay, so mentally, I'm taking time to really survey the situation. So I'm taking time to kind of, make a few mental adjustments before I move forward in a certain way. So, for some of you guys, it might be that mentally and emotionally, you're a bit more at peace, you're a bit more relaxed, because the Hanged Man can also mean, fuck it, I'm going to take time out, I'm just going to relax from this, so I'm not going to give any more energy to this, so I'm going to just take a bit of time to relax around the situation. But essentially for me, I feel that, mentally with the Ten of Swords, there have been, could be struggles as well. Swords mean struggles. Could be a struggle that you're not wishing to be a part of anymore. And as a result of that, it's manifesting in the mental and emotional. Let me take time out maybe to think about this. You're not willing, I feel, for some of you guys over the next 6 months to really give any more energy to this area here, which is why you've walked away from it. So you're detaching yourself from either a struggle or maybe, it could be even be a few people that have been trying to hold you down, because the Ten of Swords can mean other people's ideas are suppressing us. But it's the refusal to be suppressed, I think. If it's other people, it's the refusal to be suppressed by their ideas with this Ten of Swords. And therefore, mentally and emotionally, it's a case of I'm just going to sit back and relax a little while, because I don't feel that there's any need to really kind of continue being a part of this kind of negative energy. And why is it here that mentally you're just kind of taking time out just to adjust your thoughts maybe and your feelings around the situation here? Well, it's because of the Six of Pentacles. So the Six of Pentacles is an interesting card. So this is the actual reason for why you are mentally kind of a little bit in limbo, or you're holding back a bit. The situation is around leaving, completion to a cycle. Might have been a very difficult cycle with that Ten of Swords, and as a result of that, it might be, mentally and emotionally with the Hanged Man, well, I'm going to take a bit of time out mentally and emotionally from this situation so I know exactly where I'm going. And it's because of the Six of Pentacles. Now, let me have a quick look at this card. Because it shows a woman. It's a very different card. It shows a woman who's asking for help. Alright, so it might be, when you get the Six of Pentacles, it's a card about, you know exactly what it is that you want to ask for help from, because you might get it and you might not. It's usually up to these people here as to whether they're going to give you help or not. So there's something to do with assistance and support that some of you guys might be looking for. Okay, there seems to be a situation here where you have completed a certain cycle, and it might have been very difficult for some of you guys, but as a result of that completion, mentally you're not willing to invest in it for the time being, and that's because of the Six of Pentacles. Okay, could be because you're receiving support from other people. Six of Pentacles. So it might be, you know, there's a situation here. It could be anything. Remember, within this reading, it's general, so you generally look at your own life and if it pertains to you. I'm not, you know, I'm walking away from something here. I'm kind of detaching myself from feeling very overwhelmed, or maybe from a set of, or a group of people who might have caused me a lot of angst. I'm detaching myself from that, and therefore mentally and emotionally, perhaps you're feeling quite relaxed with the Hanged Man, or you know, you feel that you can kind of just take a little bit of time out. You're not investing in this anymore. Perhaps because with the Six of Pentacles over the next 6 months, you've actually got support there anyway, because the Six of Pentacles is a card about receiving support and assistance. What is the, so you've got shelter here anyway, alright, with this Six of Pentacles energy. What's the present situation for some of you guys? Well, we've got the World card here. So the World card is the situation, your mental thoughts. Again, this is a card that can either refer to that you are wrapping up a cycle in a situation. Remember, it's the last card in the Major Arcana, so this can be where a lesson's been learnt with the World card, or you've been through a certain process or a certain journey and now it's come to an end. The World card can also mean within the present that maybe your focus is on great success with the World energy here. And what's the manifestation of that in the present? Well, you've got the Three of Rods in the reverse showing up for your present situation. The Three of Rods in the reverse is a card that suggests that, you know, what you're waiting for, there are delays on it. It's not coming to you. When it's in the upright, it suggests that, you know, your ships are coming in. It suggests that what you've been waiting for is now coming to you. It suggests success, because threes represent, remember, when you get the tarot, what you get is numbers. So you get from the ace to the number 3, it says that you're in the first stages of a situation. So a number 3 card would be that you'd have minor success. And then you get number 4 to number 6, which represents that you're mid-cycle in a situation. And then 7 to 10 represents you nearing the end of a situation here. So here we see that, you know, things haven't even started before they've begun, you know. The Three of Wands says that maybe something that you were in progress with, it hasn't manifested, it hasn't yielded results, and maybe that's why we've got the focus being on wrapping something up. We're getting this wrapping up because something didn't come through with that Three of Wands in the reverse. Something didn't happen here. Something didn't manifest. It didn't come through. It didn't come true. And maybe that's why here in the mental and emotional, you're actually, you know, the focus is on leaving this behind. Too much pain, too much bullshit with whatever this is here. So you're getting up and you're saying, you know what, actually, let me just leave this situation alone. Because mentally and emotionally, as a result of that, I'm just going to kind of, maybe you're looking at adjustments or making adjustments here, or looking at another way in which you can achieve something. It's not being achieved with the Three of Wands in the reverse. So mentally and emotionally, the Hanged Man would probably say, well, let me have a look at what other way I can achieve this thing here. Because of the Six of Pentacles. Perhaps because you need to receive something here. This is something you want, because the Six of Pentacles will often show up when we want something. Okay, when we're asking for help, when we want to receive help. So maybe this is about receiving something here. You can see with the 21 card Gypsy Tarot how this starts to escalate as a story. Let's go through the cards quickly again. You seem to be removing yourself from an energy with this Ten of Swords. Could be other people. It might be something that's been pinning you down. Usually when you get the Ten of Swords, sometimes because it's a mental card and it represents ideas and thoughts, it can say our thoughts are overwhelming us. And you need to kind of detach yourself from thoughts that might be overwhelming you. And as a result of that, here we see the Hanged Man. And that says, you know what, actually I'm detaching myself from these thoughts. And as a result, mentally and emotionally with the Hanged Man, I feel a little bit better about this. Because what I'm doing is I'm just going to take time out and see what else is out there. See what else, you know, I'm looking at things in a different way. Okay, I'm seeing what other, you know, I'm going to, you know, try and see this thing from another perspective with the Hanged Man. Because I need something. There's something that you guys need here with this Six of Pentacles energy. And we can see that, you know, your focus will be around the present on success, okay? But also wrapping up of a cycle with the World card. You know, you've been through a various process to get here as your focus point for the present situation. And that's because, and that's manifesting in the Three of Wands. This is also for me the card that says no longer waiting, because when it's in the upright, you're waiting for something as well. It's not just about the manifestation coming through. It suggests somebody's longing or waiting. Maybe you guys are no longer waiting for something here, because this card here has got to be as a result of this card here. So to me, this is something has come, it's run its course with the World card here around the present situation. And as a result of that, in the present, you're no longer waiting with the Three of Wands. You can't see a way that this thing is going to come through, which is why you've let go. Thought-wise as well, mentally-wise, you've let go with that Ten of Swords. Why is it, though, that you're no longer waiting for this thing? Because the Three of Swords, there's been severance, disappointment when you get the Three of Swords energy. All right? You can see that this woman is walking away from this individual here. And there is, funnily enough, a rose that has been dropped. The ground is filled with snow. So this is a very kind of cold and detached relationship. And it could be in anything, remember, because it's a general reading. So however it kind of, you know, alludes to you, it alludes to you, okay? But I feel that in the present there is the wrapping up of a situation. You're no longer, as a result of that, you're no longer willing to invest in it. When you get the Three of Wands in the upright, it's about investing in a situation because you're waiting for something to come back as a result of that. You seem to have given up on it with this Three of Wands in the reverse. And that's because of the Three of Swords. There's been too much bad blood, I feel, here. You feel necessary. I feel that you guys are here. You're walking away from this person here. All right, too much bad blood. The rose is no longer in your hand. It's dropped on the floor. It's like you've dropped it and you said, fuck you. Whatever this situation is, this is no good for me. Okay, and also what I notice is this lady has the Two Swords here in her hand, Two of Swords. So she's made her mind up. They're together on the card. What are your hopes and desires? Well, the High Priestess crowns a reading. So this is the energy or the situation. And this is for clarification. Okay, so the High Priestess really is a card that suggests one has used their intuition correctly. Because the High Priestess is the passive card. It doesn't require any action except for mental action. You know, when you get the High Priestess. When you get the High Priestess, it's about waiting. But it's also about clarification of the mind when you get this card. And also that we've used our intuition correctly. And how's this manifesting in terms of what your hopes are? Well, the Page of Pentacles. And the Page of Pentacles, in terms of a hope for me, is about developing something new. Okay, developing something that has the potential to give gain, all right, to give you some form of a result here. Because Pentacles are results orientated within the tarot, okay, because they are literally grounded energy. When you get a Page of Pentacles, this person is looking at opportunities here. So it might be that you're hoping for new opportunities with this Page of Pentacles. And why is that? Because of the Two of Rods. And that Two of Rods is in the reverse there as well. So, you know, the Two of Rods for me in the reverse, it's a fairly difficult card in a way. Because the Two of Rods in the reverse, for me, is a card about, in the upright, sorry, for me is a card about somebody's at a crossroads. And there's a choice to be made. The Two of Rods for me, when it's kind of in the reversed mode, there's an imbalance in the relationship here. Alright, and we recognise this with the Two of Rods in the reverse. Alright, so some people will say the Two of Rods upright is about progress, and it is in partnerships some of the time. It can be being at a crossroads. You can see in the upright that this person is sat at a crossroads, and they're thinking to themselves, I don't know which way to go. But to me, there is a recognition that something hasn't worked out here when it's in the reverse. In the upright, it says I'm still needing to make a choice on what direction to go. In the reversed, when I look at this card, it reminds me of somebody who recognises the imbalance in the situation here. So they're not willing to really progress. And I'm seeing something at its very early stage, perhaps here. Could be an early stage. We get some very early cards in this reading. You know, 2s and 3s and things like that. That are showing up here for Sagittarius. Okay? So I feel that, you know, the reason for you, you know, you're hoping for new opportunities to come about with this Page of Pentacles potentially. you're looking at new opportunities, you're hoping that these will start to develop and open up to you, is because you're no longer invested. We can see that you're not invested with the Three of Rods in the reverse in the present, and we can see this is the reason for why you're looking at new opportunities. It's a lack of investment. There's an imbalance here with these cards, with this card here in the present situation. It's the reason for the hopes here. You know, if you look at the cards as being, you know, the root issue for your hopes is that the Two of Wands, an imbalance in something here, okay? Maybe this is, you know, there's been an unequal relationship or something like that, or maybe a disagreement. It's feeding through to the crowding thoughts saying, you know, I need to use my intuition on that. And what does my intuition tell me? Well, I'm hoping that maybe there'll be some developments in other areas, maybe with this Page of Pentacles energy here. What's going on in your expectations? Well, it's crowned by Justice, so this is a good start with expectations. The situation is around receiving rewards. It's around completing a stage, because that's what, you'll be surprised how many of these tarot cards are referencing somebody who's completing a stage here. Also, the Justice card means fairness and balance, okay? So for some of you guys, your energies might be very much focused around your expectations on having whatever type of relationship this is for you, a more balanced, because there's a lack of balance here. All right, and it's recognised with that Two of Wands. So therefore, your focus in terms of expectations are, well, if my hopes are around, you know, the situation is the High Priestess, and the High Priestess is about seeking more clarity and using our intuition in the correct way. As a result of that, my hopes are to start developing something else with this Page of Pentacles, because there's an imbalance here, and I've kind of given up on the whole kind of choice thing here. I'm kind of accepting a situation with this Two of Wands in the reverse, and therefore what I'm expecting, the situation around this is, well, I'm looking at more fair and balanced and equal relationships with the Justice card. And as a result of that, what are you expecting? The Emperor. Well, the Emperor can represent you, okay? Even though Sagittarius, you're not an Aries, it doesn't matter, because the Emperor represents stability. And when you get this in terms of relationships, whatever those relationships are, it actually represents a strong team and a strong working relationship, because it's a number 4 card. So number 4 cards would usually represent security, stability, because they're built on 4s. So it's like 4 walls, a house, you know, building something of strength. So you're expecting strength here with the Emperor card. You're expecting to be secure. Okay, whatever that security or however that security takes with the Emperor, you're expecting this because the focus is on more balanced and fair relationships. This is what you're not getting here, and this is why you're hoping that other opportunities will arise. Okay, because something here wasn't working. All right, so the focus around the mental and emotional with that Ten of Swords is, well, yeah, you know, I'm feeling overwhelmed, so let me just leave this idea for a time. And therefore manifesting mentally and emotionally with that Hanged Man is, let me just take time out of this, okay? I'm not willing to invest any more in this situation, because what I'm looking for is kindness and fairness and support. Some of you guys might be looking for a new job, because this is the card where somebody's asking something of someone. And this is you guys who are asking for something here. Focus around the present, wrapping up a situation here, because as a result of that, you recognise that this isn't going to manifest anything with the Three of Wands in the reverse. And that's because of the Three of Swords. Differences of opinion, okay? Differences of opinion, not being on the same page as a particular person here. Possibly arguments, disagreements with that Three of Swords. You possibly told whoever it is to fuck off, that type of thing. Because you're walking in front of this individual here and you're saying, you know, take back your rose, go on. Shit it. And then I'm sorry. And then, you know, you've got the High Priestess energy here, where, you know, your focus around the hopes is that you know, intuition will win the day, that you've done the right thing, because what you're hoping for is that new opportunities will arise, because you've given up on this one, the Two of Rods. You're not really willing to kind of you know, juggle, or you're not willing to try, you know, you're not going to be in this crossroads anymore. You've had enough of kind of saying, should I do this or should I do that? You gave up on that long time. You know, you're giving up on this. It's not going to bring you anything, okay? And that's why you're hoping for new opportunities, because you're not willing to kind of be at this crossroads. And this is the crossroads here. This is, in the reverse, it's an imbalance. You recognise the imbalance, that you're forever at a crossroads with this situation here, which is why you've walked away from it. What's the reason for why you are expecting the Emperor, though? Because of strength in the reverse. And that worries me a little bit. It does worry me a little bit in a way, because strength in the reverse means to give up and surrender. All right, but it doesn't actually. It doesn't, you know, this is good. It is good, because it shows that you're no longer holding on for something here. All right, for some of you guys, it might be that you're falling out with a love partner here, because strength in the upright represents for me a soulmate relationship. But it also, the strength card is interesting, because the strength card for me can often represent where opposites come together and they try and work things through. But the strength card in the upright for me can also represent, you know, a tug of war. And two people are, you know, with huge egos, because she's called strength. And we know that Leo can be a card of the ego, especially the sun card, because Leo represents the sun. We know that this can represent the ego. So if you've got strength and you've got Leo stroke ego, what do you get? You get two people who are continuously a tug of war bullshit here. And that's why, with this in the reverse, it's almost saying, you know what, I'm done with this ego bullshit. I'm pulling one way, this person's pulling the other, we're trying to keep this shit together, but it's not working out. And perhaps that's why you decide to let it go here with the Three of Swords, because you're saying, you know what, I'm done with this shit. I really am done with it, because take back your bloody rose. Take back your rose, you know, shove it up your ass. You know, because I'm kind of done with this shit, man. You know, I'm no longer willing to be at a crossroads with this situation, with you. I'm done with it. What I want is a kind and supportive relationship here. You know, somebody who's willing to understand me, somebody who's got a little bit of empathy and sympathy within them. But we don't have empathy and sympathy within this situation. This situation's not manifesting anything here with this Three of Wands in the reverse. You know, I'm done with this. Let's wrap this shit up. We've been through this journey, and let's wrap it up. And as a result of that, you know what, I've come to this end of the journey, and as a result of this, you know what I've realised, because this is the realisation card as well when you get the World. So what your focus could easily be in the present, Sagittarius, on a realisation that you've got with the World card, that this is not going to bring anything in. And that's because of the Three of Swords. We're not getting along. We don't believe in the same thing. Take back your rose, shove it up your ass or send it to the moon. It's up to you. Do what you want with it. Because at the end of the day, you know, what I want, what I'm expecting, what my focus is on fair and balanced and equal relationships with the Justice card. And therefore, I'm expecting to manifest an Emperor. Now, I don't think this is a person. Because if this was a person you wanted to, if you were expecting an Emperor to come in, this would be somebody who would take control. Okay, because if an Emperor is in a relationship reading or whatever it is, then the Emperor is higher than a king. Okay, so to me the Emperor is all about somebody who has more control over the other. So this cannot be that you're expecting a person who will be an Emperor. All right, it's only could you be expecting an Emperor if you want somebody to do something for you that you can't do for yourself. All right, maybe somebody's not doing something. We've got to look at this in two ways, really, in a way, I guess. Because, you know, if it's a case, let's read it two ways, okay? If it's a case, Sagittarius, that you want someone to look after you, Six of Pentacles can be, well, I want someone to look after me. I want someone to give me stuff. I want someone to support me because I can't support myself. Could be. Okay, and you're not getting this here. The focus is on, you know, it's just too much shit going on. Let me just walk away from this. It's just too overwhelming for me. You know, this thing, I want this, and it's, you know, I've realised with the World card that this isn't coming at the moment. I'm not manifesting what I'm waiting for has not been manifested with this Three of Rods in the reverse. So therefore, and that's because of the Three of Swords. There's differences in opinion here around the situation. What I'm hoping for is the Page of Pentacles. Some of you guys, it might be a financial thing, you know. And that's because of the Page of Rods. I recognise that I don't hold any power in this situation here with this Two of Rods. I'm forever at a crossroads and I'm not willing to kind of be at this crossroads. This can also be a waiting card, so I'm not willing to wait. Therefore, what I'm expecting is justice. Okay? So some of you guys, it could be, you know, I'm expecting, the energies will be, I'm expecting to be rewarded or to get what I've been waiting for here and here that has not manifested. You could be expecting to receive something here. And it could be especially if it's a money thing. Maybe this is a government thing that's going on for some of you guys. You're expecting to receive money. You're hoping that money will come. And the expectation is that it will come from the government or, you know, somebody who's got the ability to do so. But that's because of the Strength card. It might be for some of you guys you need it. You know, Strength card in the reverse means I can't hold on anymore, or it means that I feel a sense of weakness. Okay, so some of you guys, it might be that financially you're weak and you're waiting for something. So we see that you're the mental and emotional is based on, you know, a financial card. This is usually a receiving money card as well. Some of you guys, it might be that if it's anything else, you know, you're just not getting what you've been waiting for here, and therefore, you know, your expectations are based on justice, getting your just desserts, getting exactly what it is that you feel or that you deserve with this Justice card. Fair, balanced, equal relationships. And therefore I'm expecting the Emperor. I'm expecting to be secure, potentially. I'm expecting to walk into a more secure environment, relationship, because of the Strength card. There's too much struggle within this situation with the Strength card in the reverse. All right, so I give up, I surrender. I say, okay, this isn't going to work. I give up on it. So you're giving up here. What is in the hidden factors? What's coming in? Well, the focus will be on the Seven of Pentacles, and this is growth and attainment. All right, this is about investments coming through, yielding results. But what is it that the hidden factors are showing us? Well, the Queen of Wands is a very, very good card, because the Queen of Rods could be a person that's coming in who could be quite helpful to you, but you are actually a Queen of Rods, because you're Sagittarius. So this is you guys. What you're not seeing is that something is coming to you. All right, all of this, you know, you've been waiting for something here, and it's not yielding results, but it's saying it's coming to you because the focus around the hidden factors, and this isn't your focus because you don't know about it yet. So the situation will be that you're receiving something here with the Seven of Pentacles. Usually when the Seven of Pentacles shows up, it says that, you know, whatever has been planted is now grown to full capacity. And you see with this person, they're actually starting to take the pentacles out of the ground. Okay, so it's saying that something is coming to fruition with these Seven of Pentacles, in which what you're not seeing is you're going to get your mojo back. Queen of Rods is a mojo card. She's strong, she's healthy, she's vital. You know, you're going to get your strength back. We can see you ain't got no strength here and here. And you've got definitely not got any strength here. All right, because you've gone, you know, you've given up on a situation here. It's not going to manifest anything in the present situation. You know, the reason for your hopes are that, you know, there's an imbalance here. You're at a crossroads. You're not willing to do that. You've accepted defeat even with this card. All right. And therefore, in the expectations, the reason that you're expecting the Emperor, and this is success when you get the Emperor as well, because it says things start to come together, is because you've just surrendered on a situation that's not working. And it's saying in the hidden factors, what you're going to do is you're going to start getting something now. You've got Seven of Pentacles showing here. All hard work and effort is starting to yield results, in which you're going to be feeling that you're getting your mojo back with the Queen of Rods. And why is that? Because of the Star. That's incredible. So a wish is being fulfilled here for you guys, Sagittarius, between April and September 2017. There's a wish that's being fulfilled with the Star. The universe is not sleeping. God is not sleeping. It's listening to your prayers. All right. You've been hard done by someone or something here, but it's saying that this will be resolved. What happens in the immediate future then? Well, we've got the Page of Cups, which is a lovely energy. So the focus around the immediate future will be on a new path. This can also be long-awaited communication that's coming to you. And as a result of that, we have the Four of Pentacles reversed. And that's interesting, because the Four of Pentacles in the reverse says instability in money. So it might be that, you know, in the immediate future, the focus will be on long-awaited news coming in. It might be that there's a little bit of instability financially with this Four of Pentacles in the reverse, because the Four of Pentacles in the reverse is a card that does speak about financial instability. When it's in the upright, it says that you're financially secure. Okay, but in the reverse, this is where reward is basically elusive. All right, and you're waiting for someone to come through with something here. So the energies around the immediate future will be about waiting, probably, for news to come in, because this is what the Page of Cups is. When you get pages, they're about news that's being delivered to you. But if you get a Page of Cups and a Page of Pentacles, sometimes this is news is coming to you, but you're going to have to just wait a little bit longer because they're passive energies. All right. So this might be that you're waiting with this Four of Pentacles in the reverse card here. And what's the reason for that? Because of the Three of Cups. It might be that you're waiting on a group potentially, or an agreement to come through, because Three of Cups is often the card of an agreement. So some of you guys might be waiting on an agreement, all right, because you've got this Four of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay. There might be, you know, certain restrictions or certain red tape that needs to be looked at maybe with this Four of Pentacles in the reverse. And that's because of the Three of Cups. There needs to be an absolute agreement on this situation, whatever that is. And therefore, the overall outcome shows the energies are around the Ten of Pentacles. This might be a money thing for some of you guys, maybe. But the Ten of Pentacles shows up, and the focus is the focus with the Ten of Pentacles will be around great wealth, great turns of luck. Okay, when you get the Ten of Pentacles, this is great wealth. Okay, this is resources. So your focus will be on stability and security in terms of your resources. And how does this manifest overall? Well, we've got this Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. So it says that it's not time, funnily enough, because the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, it's not the best card, to be perfectly honest with you. I won't lie about that card. When it's in the reverse, it says that, you know, sometimes, you know, there are delays in things that are coming. So it still shows some form of a delay happening with this Wheel of Fortune reversed. Okay, we're going to see why that is. Because of the Two of Pentacles reversed. This is because funds are low. Two of Pentacles reversed can mean that funds are actually low. Okay, or a new venture is not ready to yield results yet. Okay, or this is something to do with money worries. All right, so it says that it's coming in. You will experience this, but it might be after September, potentially, for some of you guys. Okay, because as we get to the end of the reading, it doesn't show anything kind of getting any better within this situation here. All right, because this is the reason why the Wheel of Fortune is reversed. Wheel of Fortune reversed speaks about delays and things that are not ready to come through yet. Because the Wheel of Fortune is about the universe and what the universe brings to us. This is a downturn in fortune here. Your focus will be on the satisfaction or the contentment or the satisfying of a situation. So a situation that yields results with that Ten of Pentacles. Family resources probably, but it says that it's not ready to happen yet. There's a downturn in fortune here. Could be something to do with the family. Maybe this is a divorce or something like that with you guys. And it's manifesting as the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. So it looks like there's something maybe tied up with family money because you've got the Ten of Pentacles here. But it says that you're not getting it with the Wheel of Fortune. There's a downturn in resources here, maybe with the Wheel of Fortune here in the reverse. All right, there's nothing you can do about it with this card in the reverse. You can't have any influence because it looks like it's somebody else who can't give you something here. Two of Pentacles reversed. Okay, it's an interesting reading so far. We're going to quickly go through it again before we peel the clarifiers. You had enough of a situation here. It's too overwhelming and you're just mentally and emotionally going to take a bit of time out. Look at other ways that you can kind of, because you're expecting, I think you're expecting some money or something. You're expecting to receive something here with the Six of Pentacles. The present situation shows, you know, a realisation with the World card that something, and also that something has been, you know, wrapped up with the World card here. There's a cycle that's ended, but as a result of that, you've not actually seen anything coming through from this. And that's because of the Three of Swords. And I feel that there is still some conflictive energy going on here with this Three of Swords. Your hopes are with the High Priestess. So the High Priestess around around the mental area, the situation. What this is based on is a waiting game with the High Priestess. Okay, seeking more clarity because it's manifesting as well. Page of Pentacles is in the hope. This again can be to receive finances, but also that an opportunity may open up here because I feel that you're done with the situation here. You know, you're not willing to be in this crossroads anymore with this Two of Wands in the reverse. Therefore, your expectations are around receiving justice. And as a result of that, it might be through somebody who's quite official, the Emperor. Okay, somebody who can maybe take this case on or take this situation on. It can also be that you're expecting to be stable here, secure and stable with the Emperor energy here. And that's because your focus is on receiving justice here. And that's because of the Strength card in the reverse. Waiting time, patient is over. When you get Strength card, it means I'm holding on. But when the Strength card is in the reverse, it says, you know what, I'm done with it. I'm surrendering, you know, I'm giving up on this situation here. So it's almost like you guys are saying a waiting period is over for you in a situation, you know, with it between, in the next 6 months. What you're not seeing is things are coming in because you've got the Seven of Pentacles. And as a result of that, you're going to be feeling back to your beautiful best. Lively, happy, in a place of power with this Queen of Wands card. Because it's saying that your dreams are coming true with the Star card. However, towards the end of the next 6 months, what it's saying is that, you know, the energy will be focused on waiting for that call or waiting for that news with the Page of Cups, because this is a passive card and it suggests somebody's waiting for communication to come in. And it's manifesting as the Four of Pentacles. Might be some instability here, especially financially, potentially, because maybe there are a few people that need to make up their minds. It's a number 3 card, so it suggests there's more than one person involved in something here. Might be with the Three of Pentacles, it's, you know, you're waiting on an agreement. Three of Cups, maybe this is based on an agreement or something like that here. The overall outcome shows the Ten of Pentacles. Well, the focus will be on a family situation, potentially family money here. However, the manifestation of that is that there's a bit of a downturn in luck here because there's, you know, there's problems with finances maybe with that Two of Pentacles energy. So I feel that some of you guys might be waiting for something to manifest here. You've been waiting an awful long time. I don't see it coming in at the end of the 6 months, but it says it's there because it's in the hidden factors. You won't experience it just as yet though, because it's not showing me this in the outcome cards. You're not going to experience this just as yet. You will experience it though because it's showing up. We're going to just get the Lenormand on this. We'll get the Kippers actually. Let's try a Kipper card on this, a couple of Kipper cards. Let's see what, let's see why we've got the Wheel of Fortune reversed. I mean, it shows it there with the Two of Pentacles because it says that there's a problem with cash. Somebody else's finances, not yours. So I think you're waiting for some sort of a payout for some of you guys that's not coming through, potentially. I want to see why you've given up, why are they the Three of Wands? Why is Sagittarius the Three of Wands in the reverse in the present situation over the next 6 months? Why is Sagittarius the Three of Wands in the reverse over the next 6 months? Show me. Well, I think that, you know, we've got the Toil and Labour card, and that's like really hard work. And you've got thoughts. So in your thoughts, you've given up because this is just too much hard work. It's taking a long time for something to manifest here. So you guys, I think, you know, the thoughts card is what you're thinking often within the Kipper cards. And I feel with the Toil and Labour card, all you're thinking is this is just far too much hard work going on here. All right? Which is why, with the Three of Wands, in the present, you're giving up on the situation. You know something's not manifesting. It's not coming to you as yet with these two cards, I feel. Let's see what other area we can probably get on this as well. What is the Emperor in the expectation? Why are Sagittarians expecting the Emperor? Why are Sagittarians expecting the Emperor in this reading? Well, it says you're expecting the Emperor because high honour is a concern for you, okay? So when you get high honour, it's a goal that you want, but it's a concern. So it might be for some of you guys, you get somebody else in the frame, all right? Maybe you're too weak to fight this yourself. So you're getting somebody else. You're expecting that you're going to get somebody else because the Emperor has greater influence than you do, all right? So it might be for some of you guys, especially if it's a legal situation happening, I feel, that it might be that you're expecting, because your focus will be on justice, so therefore you're going to be expecting the Emperor. This is an external person, probably somebody who's maybe works in the law field, or somebody who has great influence, great power, which is what the Emperor is. And that's because, you know, high honour, getting what you want. We can see that you want something here, but you're not getting it. And therefore, you know, you're expecting maybe for some of you guys to get somebody else on the case because high honour is a concern. Getting these goals achieved is a concern for you. And why do we have the Four of Pentacles in the immediate future in the reverse for Sagittarius? Why is the Four of Pentacles reversed in the immediate future for Sagittarius? That's interesting. Well, we've got the distant horizons, and sometimes this is a dream that someone has, and we've got the house card. And the house can be, you know, stability. So it might be, you know, because stability here with the house is a little bit far away from you. When you get the distant horizons card, it's often something's on the horizon. Sometimes it can mean that it comes in soon. Sometimes it can mean that something comes in a little bit later. But it's almost like this is something that's, stability is far away from you. So I'm thinking with those cards, okay? This is something to do with the home or the family, all right? But there's instability here with this Four of Pentacles in the immediate future. And that's because of an agreement with the Three of Cups. An agreement needs to be made. So it could be that there's instability in the immediate future because what's a little bit distant from you might be, I don't know what this is. Maybe this is something that you should be gaining. Maybe this is something about a house, or it's something to do with a property, or it's something to do with something that you're looking to gain. Maybe this is the security that's on the, you know, distant horizons. Maybe, you know, security just hasn't been found just as yet with those two cards. And let's have a look at what, why is the Ten of Pentacles the situation around the overall outcome? Why is the Ten of Pentacles for Sagittarius the situation around the overall outcome? Because there's a message of concern within a relationship. You've got a message of concern and you've got the Lovers card. So it could be that the focus is on a family situation here, and that's because there's been some concern, communication that's concerned within a relationship here. And that could be why it's manifesting as the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. Maybe some of you guys, you're going through a divorce, you're waiting for some money to come through, but maybe the partner doesn't have it, or something like that is happening within the reading. Okay? So, you know, I do feel that, you know, in the present situation, Three of Wands reversed, you're no longer waiting. Three of Wands reversed means something's not manifesting, all right? And it's as a result of the situation being around the world. Something's wrapped up here, I feel, but as a result of that, you know, you've not had any type of, you know, reward from that. It shows that something didn't manifest, and that's because there's still some conflict, I feel, going on here. And I feel that, you know, if you guys have given up on this thing manifesting, it's because this is too much hard work. You know, you've been in there for the long haul, and it's just proving too much of a stressful situation here. I feel that, you know, your expectations are on an Emperor. This could be somebody who's got greater power than you do, and that's because, you know, attaining this goal is difficult with the Concern card, the High Honours and the Concern card. And in the immediate future, you know, there's going to be instability here with the Four of Pentacles. Could be financial instability, usually this card suggests, and that's because a house is on the distant horizons. So stability, or maybe getting, the house can also be, I feel, a material card, so getting something is on the distant horizons here. You feel it might be a little bit of a long way off, and therefore the focus will be on, you know, money, maybe within a family situation, and that's because there's been some difficulty. Maybe there's been difficult communication between you and a loved one here, which is why it's manifesting as, you know, a downturn in luck, because this person here doesn't actually have the money to give you or to pay you. He's saying that right now this is not going to happen. All right, I'm going to have just a very quick look before we finish at why we've got the Seven of Pentacles. Why is the Seven of Pentacles the situation around the hidden factors, what they're not seeing? Why is the Seven of Pentacles the situation around what Sagittarius is not seeing in the next 6 months? Show me. You got journey and marriage, so it's brilliant, because the marriage card doesn't necessarily have to mean marriage, it means an agreement. It's saying, you know, you're on your way to an agreement here. So it's saying in the hidden factors, the situation around the hidden factors is you are actually on your way to an agreement here with the marriage card, all right, which is why hidden factors are shown. You're going to be feeling better with this Queen of Rods, because there is a wish being fulfilled, but I feel that this might be after the 6 month period for some of you guys, okay? So maybe going into October, November, December time, when whatever the situation is actually wrapped up. All right, that is your reading, Sagittarius. I would like to say thanks ever so much for choosing Carol's Universe for your 2 readings. and I'll see you guys again in May. Take care.